What's up, you guys? It's Kyle, and I wanted to go over the best ways to store your crypto. Now, if you're anything like me, storing crypto can be a little bit of a daunting task, especially with the rise of Bitcoin in this past year, as well as hearing stories about guys losing millions upon millions of dollars on their private ledger or forgetting their seed phrases and being locked out of their account. So in this video, I wanted to go over the exact plan I have figured out, which I think is the most responsible and safest way to store your crypto. Now, before you deposit crypto on any exchange, anywhere, I want you to deposit one like on this video. And if you can do that right now, I would appreciate it greatly. Since Coinbase and a new exchange that I came across called Gemini were majorly trusted sites, US companies, and majorly secure, I decided to move all of my coins from Binance over to Coinbase because it was very user-friendly, and unlike Binance's website, which kind of looked like a fighter jet pilot cockpit. So I stuck with Coinbase, and I just started accumulating every time the price went down because I would just keep track of the advancements of Bitcoin, if there was any advancements in technology, or if there was a trend of an uptrend going up, because then I figured there might be some kind of momentum. And I decided to keep doing this and keep accumulating every time the price went down until this past May, where there was a halving event, which happens every 4 years, where the price of Bitcoin, or the amount of Bitcoin being mined, gets cut in half. So with the event of that, as well as PayPal coming into the space, I decided to invest north of 6 figures into my crypto in addition to the initial investments I was making. So I suddenly found myself in a new dilemma, which is a major reason why I'm making this video. And that is, I came across a lot of people, especially on YouTube, who were tried and true cryptocurrency investors who were talking about, if it's not your keys, it's not your coins, which I came to realize that there's a lot of truth into that. But now, as January 1, 2021 came about, and the price of Bitcoin were reaching all-time highs of about 40K, I realized that I had north of $500,000 sitting in this cryptocurrency that I really wasn't sure if it was secure or not. So this really was stressing me out when I was up in Woodstock, New York one weekend, and I saw an old friend from New York City that came across on a chance encounter in Woodstock, and he asked me about my cryptocurrency investments. And I told him how I was doing very well and I accumulated all this, and he stressed to me that I should not be keeping this on the exchange. He talked to me about this and said that it was not secure and was really putting some paranoia into my mind. And he also suggested this, which was the Ledger Nano X, which is a private ledger for your keys, to take the Bitcoin actually off of the internet and off of the exchanges and hold them privately. Now, this presented a new dilemma, and that is that I don't trust myself at all with my seed phrase. I don't trust myself not to lose it. I don't trust myself to, especially since you can't take a picture of it because they tell you if you lose your phone or if it's up in the cloud somewhere and somebody else gets access to it, they can hack into your Bitcoin. So I did not like that idea. Also, on the exchange, I felt more comfortable because I did some more research and found that Coinbase kept 99% of their coins in cold storage, which is basically they kept it offline, and that was a more secure option. Now, also with Coinbase, there was a disclaimer that basically if Coinbase got hacked and lost their Bitcoin or your Bitcoin, that they were insured. And if you just so happen to lose or get your password or get your account hacked into and somebody took your Bitcoin, then that was on you and you weren't able to get that back. So it seemed that at least some aspect of it, they were safe with Coinbase. However, the one problem with this was Coinbase never got hacked. They are doing a lot with security and privacy, but this has never been tested in court. So there was never an example of this happening and somebody having their money safe and secure. So then there was another situation which really scared the hell out of me. And this was a situation that my friend from Woodstock told me about, and it was called the SIM card problem. Whereas if someone were to call, since you can opt for two-factor authentication on your exchanges, now say you use Coinbase or use an exchange like that, you can do two-factor authentication with your cell phone. Much more secure option. However, the only way around this, and this has happened to some people, was that some hackers were able to call the person's cell phone company, tell them to redirect the SIM card. I don't know how to really do this. I don't even know if I'm explaining this right, but something to the effect of redirecting the SIM card so that the number seemed like it went to them in their device instead of you, so that they could try to get on if they had your password to the exchange, and then could get the two-factor authentication from your SIM card. They could get onto your site and steal your Bitcoin. I know it's a long shot, but it still happened, and it still scared me because of the amount of money I was holding. So then I heard about BlockFi. Now, BlockFi is an incredible company to this day. I think it's absolutely incredible, and you actually can earn 6% interest on your crypto because they loan out basically your crypto, and you're earning 6% in either cryptocurrency again or get paid in cash for it. Now, this is incredible on many reasons, because instead of just keeping your money in crypto on an exchange or in a private ledger where you're basically at the mercy of the price of Bitcoin going up or down, and you're not keeping it in a savings account with cash, which is a depreciating asset because they're printing more money of it with all the new stimuluses and all the federal fiscal packages, and the banks are only paying you like a 0.1% of interest, which is absolutely nothing, by having your cash sit there. So you're losing way more money just having it sit in a checking account in cash. So this was very interesting to me because you're earning 6% on an appreciating asset like Bitcoin. So if you're interested in BlockFi, check out the link below. Now, I was even able to get on the phone with the head security guy at BlockFi, and he set my mind at ease a lot because he said they work in tandem with Gemini, which is also a very secure American US-based company that is an exchange, that they keep all their coins from BlockFi in Gemini, which keeps it in cold storage. So it's almost like just keeping your coins in cold storage, which is the most secure way of storing your Bitcoin anyway, but you're having somebody else do it that is a private and professional custodian of your Bitcoin. So this very much set my mind at ease. Now, the head of BlockFi even suggested, what I wanted to do, because I was so scared to send it from one wallet to another because I just felt like something would happen in the transfer and it would just disappear. He said that even in companies like him transferring millions and millions of dollars all the time, if it was the first send, he would do a small $1,000 send to another wallet just to check out that everything worked perfectly and went through, and then send larger deposits. So I was really happy with that kind of scenario, and I decided to do the same thing myself. I then watched a lot of other very, very paranoid people on YouTube talk about keeping their money in a private ledger and then keeping the seed phrases on different 12 on one piece of paper, 12 on another, and just on different kinds of looking paper so they didn't know they were seed phrases, and then keeping them in safety deposit boxes in different banks, one on one side of the city, the other in another city. So that was kind of on the way extreme side of security, and I didn't know if I needed to go that extreme with everything. So while I was on the phone with the BlockFi head of security, I came up with what I thought was a grand master plan of how to store my Bitcoin, for example, and what I wanted to share with all of you, because I think that it would really be able to help out some of you. So this is what I came up with. Now, the reason that I wanted to keep some very, very secure was just because I wanted that security of, if Bitcoin went to $1 million a coin, I wanted to be able to make sure that that was 100% uncorruptible. Nobody could take that, nobody could tamper with it. It was just safe and secure. So I decided to, since I had an amount of about 15 Bitcoins, I decided to scatter them. And as much as I liked seeing all 15 and the whole amount of that in one place, and every time price of Bitcoin went up, the whole account would go up, I decided to split them up, and I put a few, which is 3, in my family members, because currently my size of my immediate family is 3, just on a private ledger, and then was able to put the security codes and the seed phrases in different bank deposits, like that one guy that was very paranoid. But I wanted to keep those just so I always had something that was 100% secure. So when I got the private ledger, I took my time with it. It took about half an hour to look into it. I started depositing $100 at a time just to get used to everything, and really small amounts, and then gradually got up a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger until I got the amount that I wanted to on that private ledger. Now, the next thing that I did was I put the majority of it with BlockFi. And the reason I did that was because it's earning 6% interest. I mean, that's like $3,000 a month at the amount that it was at the time. So that's incredible. And that's passive income, and it's just accumulating more and more because it's compounding and you're getting more of what you're actually invested in. So that was that. And then in the exchange, kept a couple of tokens, 1.5 to 2, just to be able to quickly turn that into something if, you know, the price of Bitcoin skyrocketed and I wanted to get out my initial investment and just turn that into fiat money. So that's what I decided to do, and the guy from BlockFi, the head of security, actually agreed with me that he thought that was a really amazing plan. So therefore, in summary, I'm spread across a few different platforms, about 3. I have some just on a private ledger in a totally secure bank, just basically sitting there and not ever being able to be touched and tampered with. Then I have some more that are earning me a lot of interest, about $3,000 a month, which is great. And then I have some others on an exchange that in a quick instance, if I need to, I can make a quick exchange for it for either some other crypto or some, cash out if I wanted to. So that's what I'm doing, but for the most part, I'm holding long term. So that's just what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys are doing very great. I hope you loved and enjoyed the content in this video. Thank you so much for staying with me. Guys, if you haven't already, please deposit 1 like on this video. I would appreciate it greatly. And subscribe if you have not done so already, and hit the notification bell so you'll get notifications every time I post a new video. And also, guys, there's some links below: BlockFi, COINBASE. You'll get some free crypto, other things like that. It's stuff that I'm using myself, so I really appreciate it, and I would really, I really trust it and I stand by it, so I would check those out as well. Follow me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so you will get other aspects of my life as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day.